Good afternoon and welcome to Crap Grandma Says. Well, we're back in Epstein land today. You know, that cursed festering pit of elite degeneracy that just won't stay down, sort of like what happens to the vomit when you eat bad food. It just won't stay down. And wouldn't you know it, a new artifact has emerged from the depths of the slime. Jeffrey Epstein's birthday book. Because nothing says, I totally wasn't involved in a child trafficking ring, like sending your predator pal a birthday card featuring a sketch of a naked woman and a not-so-subtle wink to the depravity you both clearly knew all about. And who do we find scribbling dirty little secrets in bold tip marker? That's right, Donald Sharpie-in-Chief Trump. Now Donnie claims he doesn't write like that. You know, despite the fact that he literally used a bold tip marker to alter a hurricane forecast map since science offended him. Trump saying I don't write like that is like him saying I don't lie. Utterly laughable to anyone with a brainstem and a functioning memory. But he is right about one thing. Veiled references aren't his style. When it comes to sexual misconduct, Trump doesn't imply, he brags. Ask Access Hollywood, where he talked all about what he was going to grab. The only reason he kept things subtle this time? Because he knew those victims were underage. Even a soulless grifter like Trump understands that sexually assaulting kids puts you in a whole new league of monstrous. Now, cue the Trumpian damage control special. Deflect, distract, and dump a load of performative nonsense on the nearest camera. This time, he told Pam Bondi to release the grand jury testimony from the Epstein case, as if that would magically absolve him. Spoiler alert, it won't. You know why? Because that grand jury indictment, it was laser focused on Epstein's solo crimes, the trafficking he did for himself, not for Trump, not for Prince Andrew, not for the revolving door of powerful men whose names we know are on that list, but somehow they keep getting redacted by the transparency fairy. That's not vindication. That's strategic omission. Because any prosecutor worth their salt knows that when you've got a guy like Epstein, you start with the easy charges, what you can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt alone. Then you wait. You let the pressure build. You give him time to sing, start dropping names, making deals, begging for mercy. And just when Epstein reached the chorus of that sweet song of self-preservation, poof. Suddenly, the man who supposedly committed suicide had injuries consistent with being strangled and shaken like a rag doll. 3 minutes of prison footage? Missing. Hyoid bone snapped. Thyroid cartilage broken. Burst blood vessels in his eyes. Certainly gives me pause to believe that he might not have committed suicide. And Dr. Michael Baden, former New York City medical examiner and walking resume of forensic expertise, flat out said he doesn't buy the suicide story. And he was at the autopsy. But hey, you know, the MAGAs can just keep telling themselves that Epstein just gave up, right as the people who should have been panicking most had everything to lose. And here's the real kicker. Even if Trump didn't personally assault those girls, and I'm not saying he didn't, because good God, have you seen how he talks about women? He knew. He admitted he knew. It's in interviews. It's in books. He said Epstein liked them young, on the younger side. He didn't alert authorities. He didn't call a hotline. He let it happen again and again. That's not just guilt by association. That's guilt by willful silence. And in the moral ledger of the universe, that's just as damnable. So no, Trump doesn't get to Sharpie his way out of this one. He was there. He knew. He did nothing. That's not just being a piece of garbage human being. That's being a complicit one. So there's that.